guys, what's up? So today I'm going to be recreating this look from Deaton. Deaton is a singer and songwriter, and she is currently dating the band 5 Seconds of Summer's lead singer, Luke Hemmings. So the reference photo that I'm going to be using today to recreate a look from her is this one. It's off her Instagram. So I chose this look because it looks like very feminine and pretty, but at the same time it's like very natural and it screams like I am that bitch, and I think that she encapsulates that beautifully. So I really want to remake this look of hers. I have some products to the side and I'll be listing them as we go through this video. So yeah, first I'm going to be tying my hair back with a little scrunchie and we're going to get into this video. I've already done my skincare routine, so I have a clean, smooth, even base to start doing the makeup on. For my primer, I'm going to use the Professional Matte Rescue by Benefit. And I really like this one because it doesn't leave your skin feeling like sticky or greasy or oily, but it just has like a nice, like smooth feeling to it. This really helps to diminish the appearance of pores and any other skin imperfections, and it just sets a good base for the rest of your makeup. If you look at the photo, it doesn't look like she's wearing a lot of face makeup, so it looks more natural and more dewy and lighter. So we're going to be trying to recreate that look with these two products right here. This one is the Laura Mercier Tinted Moisturizer, and this one is the L'Oreal Paris Lumi Lotion. I'm going to be mixing these two to get a good even base for my skin. So I like to shake these up first just to make sure that all the product is mixed nicely and none of the product like separates weirdly. I'm going to be taking a little bit of this and I'm going to be putting it on my hand right here. Not a lot, because again, for the look that we're trying to achieve, it doesn't look like she's wearing a lot of skin makeup. It doesn't look cakey at all. And then I'm going to be taking a little bit of the Lumi Lotion and just adding it right on top right there. With these two on my hand like this, I'm going to be taking a Silla sponge. I'm going to basically be just mixing them in together like this to get that nice skin base. And then I'm going to go in and just apply it. So I'm kind of keeping at the center of my face and then taking it out so that it doesn't look super cakey. Alright, so I got a damp sponge and I'm basically just going to take it to get the rest of the product and just really evenly blend it in my skin. I used the Silla sponge first just to apply the product originally, and I like using the Silla sponge first because it doesn't really soak up any of the product, so I feel like I'm not wasting any when I'm applying it to my skin first. And then the reason I go over it with the sponge is just to make sure that's all blended out perfectly. Because while this applies really well and really smoothly, it doesn't really blend as well as I'd like it to. So I basically just go in after with a sponge just to make sure that everything's pressed in and that everything looks uniform. And it's really important to take it a little bit down your neck just to make sure that's all blended in. Sorry, I'm at my parents' house right now because it's summer and they're babysitting right now, so it might be kind of loud in the background. So again, we're going for the glowy, light skin looking makeup, and by skin looking makeup, I mean makeup that looks like you're not wearing any makeup, hence like it just looks like skin. That's cool. So to set the skin makeup, I'm going to be taking the Beauty Bakery Flour Setting Powder, and I just have a little bit on the top, and I'm just going to take it and set in the areas that I'm most oily, which would be my T-zone here on my forehead and then down. I'm using a really light hand with the powder because I want to maintain the glowy, dewy look for the skin. So because we're trying to go for the natural, lighter makeup look, I'm going to be using powders instead of concealer. So I'm basically taking this light yellow powder right here, and I'm going to be applying it right under my eyes where you'd usually put concealer. And this is just to brighten up the under eyes, but keep it natural while doing so. For this red spot right here, I'm going to be taking a little bit of the yellow powder on my finger and basically just patting it on there. And then I'll take the brush and kind of blend it in with the brush like that. So looking at the photo again, it looks like her eyebrows are on the thicker side and they're really dark. So I'm going to be taking the Benefit Goof Proof Brow Pencil right here, and I have it in the color 6. I hate doing my eyebrows on camera, but I'm going to try for you guys. So I'm brushing my eyebrows out first just to make sure that they're all going the right direction. Okay, so I can't really tell from this photo because her hair is covering up like the ends of her eyebrow, but in a separate photo I'm looking at it and her eyebrows look like thicker and shorter, so I'm going to be trying to go for that look. So when I'm doing my eyebrows, I like to do the ends first because I feel like it maps out my brow better and kind of gives me an idea of what look I'm going for. Sierra Deaton's eyebrows are kind of on the thicker and shorter end where they kind of just stop right at her eye, so I'm not going any further than where my actual eyebrow hairs end, which would be like right here. All I'm doing really is just darkening them and thickening them. And then I'm going to be using an angled brush here to apply some Anastasia Beverly Hills Dip Brow. So when I'm applying Anastasia Dip Brow, I like to do it in the center and then slowly begin to bring it forward on my eyebrow, because I feel that if you tap it in first and then if you apply it here, it's going to be too dark and then you're going to look like you have marker brows. So it's best to just apply the product in the center of your eyebrow and then slowly bring it out so it has like a nice gradient fade, which looks more natural. And then to set my eyebrows, I'm going to be taking the NYX Control Freak. I really like this one because it's cheap. You can get it from Target. And I find that the mascara wand helps control your eyebrows a lot better than like a flat wand would. This product also helps brush your eyebrow hairs up so they look a little bit fuller and more groomed. So in this photo, it looks like she has a little bit of nose contour going down the sides of her nose, which basically gives her nose a slimmer effect. So we're going to be doing that next. For the nose contour color, I'm going to be taking the Hoola Benefit Bronzer, and I'm going to be using this little contour brush. When I'm applying contour on my nose, I like to start out with a really light hand because it's one of those things where it's like if you add too much, it looks bad. So it's like if you start little and then build up, it looks a lot better. And it gives you more control over the contour and how it looks on your nose. And then I'm going to be using this angled brush right here to contour my cheekbones and my jawline with the same color. And again, I'm using a really light hand because I want this to look really natural and like I'm not wearing makeup.
Nice shape in your face is Alicia Keys. Yikes, but I ain't tripping. This bigger fish is the real end. Relationships, but when does the real come in? Well, it's cool. Bad and you know it, don't you?
Cool, so after I finish the contour, I'm going to be going back into this palette and I'm going to be taking the same yellow color that I used for my under eyes, and I'm going to be placing this yellow color right in between my contour areas, and what that basically does is it just sharpens and cleans up the area so it looks like neater. I'll also take the yellow color and go above the contour on my cheekbone, and this just helps blend it all together so it looks more seamless. And then I'm going to be taking the yellow color and applying it on the bridge of my nose, and this basically just gives my nose a better contour look. Okay, so next we can move on to the eye makeup, which is in my opinion the best part of this look. It looks like Sierra Deaton has a light brown color in her crease to define her lids, and then like the rest of the color that she has, which stands out the most, is the champagne-y pink color, which has like little golden flecks in it. So we're going to be using the Peach palette here by Too Faced, to get this look. For the transition color on the eyelid to start out this look, I'm going to be using the same one from the Hoola bronzer. So I'm using this color because it's uniform with the rest of her skin, so it makes it look more natural. Because the only color that's really popping out to me in this photo is the pink gold champagne color on her lids. Again, I'm using like a really light hand when applying this because I want it to look as natural as possible. So Sierra Deaton has a bigger lid space than I do, so I'm basically trying to recreate that by bringing the brown color up a little bit higher on my eyebrow. Okay, so for the base color, I'm going to be using the color Summer Yum in here, which is this color right here. And I'm basically going to be kind of like packing this on my lid. This palette smells so good. It smells like those like peach rings that people eat, and it's so good. Like, it smells so good. So I messed up a little bit here, but just ignore that. Next, I'm going to be using the color Just Peach right here because it has like a pink and gold undertone, and I'm going to be putting it on the center of my lid. Next, I'm going to be using this large fluffy brush just to blend it all together and kind of give it like a flawless airbrush finish. And then I'm going to be taking any of the excess colors on this brush from the contour color, and I'm going to be putting it on my lower lash line. Again, I'm using a super light hand when doing this. I'm going to take this brown eye pencil and basically go over what I just did with the powder. And this just defines the lower lash line, helps your eyes look bigger and more sultry. Using a different brown eye pencil, I'm going to be taking this and doing my inner waterline. It looks like her inner eyes are really bright, and it looks like she has a little bit of product on them. I'm going to be using this to brighten my inner eyes. And then I'm going to be using a clean Q-tip, and I'm going to use this to blend it. Alright, and then I'm going to be taking a small detail brush here, and then I'm going to grab the color Nectar right here. And then with this color, I'm going to go over the white that I just put down. And then I'm going to use another Q-tip to go over and blend it. And then for mascara, I'm going to be taking the Maybelline The Falsies mascara, and I'm going to be applying this on my eyelashes. And then for her highlight, when I'm looking at it, it kind of looks like icing white. It doesn't look very gold. So I'm going to be using Bretman's collab with Morphe, which is the Babe in Paradise palette. And I'm going to use the color Baby Girl with the Morphe brush. And then I'm going to be taking a little bit and putting it right above here to highlight my brow bone better. And the last product I'm going to use to finish this look is the Fenty Gloss Bomb in the color Fenty Glow. And I'm using this one because in the photo it doesn't look like she's really wearing any lip color, but I still want to have like something on my lips for this look. So we're just going to be using this because it's a very pretty like neutral nude color, and it doesn't really look like makeup, but it still adds like a nice finishing touch. Okay, so this is the completed look. I actually really like this makeup, and I think it's really pretty for the summer especially, and I like how it complements like tanner skin complexions. Alright, so I'm really pale right now. This is the palest I've ever been, but the eyeshadow color itself would really complement like a tanner complexion, like what Sierra Deaton has. I really like this, honestly, and it was fairly easy to do. I think what took the longest time to do was just the eye makeup, because there were just a couple of steps involved. I really like this makeup look, and I'm probably going to recreate it in the future. So yeah, closing thoughts, I really like this makeup, and I really like Sierra Deaton as a person. I was today years old when I actually realized that she's the girl from Alex and Sierra from the X Factor, and I thought that was crazy when I realized that, because I knew her from like dating Luke Hemmings from 5 Seconds of Summer, because I was a really big Five Sauce fan, and I still am. I became a big fan of Five Sauce when I was like 15, and I actually got to see them on their Rock Out with Their Socks Out tour in like 2015 when they came to Tampa, Florida. That was super fun. So when she was in a duo as Alex and Sierra with her ex-boyfriend Alex, they had a song called Little Do You Know, and that's like super popular. I feel like a lot of people know that song, and I used to listen to that song a lot like growing up. Like it goes like, little do you know how I'm breaking while you fall asleep.
Don't take this personally, but
Oh, please.
no, I mean it. You're one of the worst singers I've ever heard in my life.
What's really weird is I've known that song like for a long time. Like I watched the X Factor a lot growing up as a kid. I was so shocked when I realized that Sierra Deaton is like the Sierra from Alex and Sierra who sings the song Little Do You Know. Like I was shocked. But anyways, I did some digging around, and I found out that she broke up with her ex-boyfriend Alex in 2017, and then 2018 is when she started dating Luke Hemmings. And honestly, I love that Luke Hemmings is dating her, because she's really talented. They share similar interests. She's beautiful, and also she's an unproblematic queen that we've always wanted for him. Literally, Arzelia can never compare. Arzelia was his ex. She was problematic as hell, and I'm just glad that he's with somebody who really seems to make him happy, and I love her. I think she's great. Fun fact about her, Sierra Deaton is currently 29 years old, and she's half Vietnamese, half Caucasian. She was born in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, but she grew up in Orlando, Florida, which is crazy because like that's where I'm from, Orlando, and I was like, oh my god, like we literally like grew up in the same area, which is crazy. So I really like Sierra Deaton. I think she's really cool, and she has really pretty makeup looks like the one that we just recreated. If you like this makeup look, be sure to give this video a like and subscribe if you want to see more content from me. Thank you for watching this video, and I hope you guys have a great day.